In the aftermath of colonial rule, Egypt and Libya emerged as revolutionary Arab states. Egypt, under Gamal Abdel Nasser, became the beating heart of Arab nationalism. Libya, inspired by Nasser's ideology, followed suit after Muammar Gaddafi overthrew King Idris in 1969. For a time, Tripoli looked to Cairo as a guiding light. Colonel Muammar Gaddafi was young, fiery, and uncompromising. He believed in total Arab unity, armed resistance against Israel, and rejection of Western influence. To Gaddafi, Egypt was not just a neighbor, it was the leader of the Arab world, and he expected Egypt to remain permanently revolutionary. In 1970, Gamal Abdel Nasser died unexpectedly. His death shook the Arab world. For Gaddafi, it was deeply personal. He saw himself as Nasser's ideological heir. But Egypt chose a different successor, Anwar Sadat, a man who would chart a very different course. President Anwar Sadat gradually distanced Egypt from the Soviet Union. He opened dialogue with the West and focused on rebuilding Egypt's shattered economy. To Sadat, ideology had limits. Egypt needed peace, stability, and survival. This divergence became the root of conflict. Gaddafi accused Sadat of betraying Arab nationalism. Sadat viewed Gaddafi as reckless and destabilizing. What had once been brotherhood slowly turned into suspicion and hostility. Attempts to unite Egypt and Libya into a single Arab state collapsed. Gaddafi pushed aggressively, Sadat resisted. These failures humiliated Gaddafi and deepened resentment. Unity had turned into rivalry. Libya expelled thousands of Egyptian workers, cutting off remittances vital to Egypt's economy. Egyptian families suffered. Cairo saw this as an act of aggression. The war had begun long before the first shot was fired. Along the desolate Egypt-Libya border, arrests, harassment, and minor clashes became routine. Troops on both sides were on edge. The desert, once silent, was now tense with anticipation. Libyan radio stations launched non-stop verbal attacks on Sadat, calling him a traitor and an agent of the West. Egypt responded with controlled silence, but behind the scenes, military plans were forming. In July 1977, Libyan units allegedly crossed into Egyptian territory near Salem. Shots were fired. Artillery followed. Each side blamed the other. Diplomacy collapsed almost overnight. On July 21, 1977, Anwar Sadat gave the order. Egypt would strike decisively. The objective was not conquest, but deterrence. Gaddafi, Sadat believed, needed to be stopped. Egyptian MiG fighters roared across the border, bombing Libyan airfields, radar stations, and supply depots. Several Libyan aircraft were destroyed on the ground. Egypt quickly gained air superiority. Egyptian armored units pushed into Libyan territory, overwhelming poorly coordinated defenses. Libyan troops retreated in confusion. Training and leadership gaps became painfully obvious. Libya launched air raids on Egyptian border towns, including Salem. The attacks caused limited damage. Egyptian defenses held firm. The imbalance of military effectiveness was clear. Libya's military, though rich in equipment, lacked cohesion. Orders conflicted. Communications failed. Gaddafi reportedly issued commands personally, bypassing professional officers, worsening the chaos. By the third day, Egyptian forces had penetrated deep enough to alarm the Arab world. Rumors spread that Egypt might march toward Tripoli. The region feared a wider Arab war. Algerian President Houari Boumediene and PLO leader Yasser Arafat intervened urgently. They pressured both sides to stop the fighting. The unity of the Arab world was at stake. On July 24, 1977, a ceasefire was announced. Egyptian troops halted and later withdrew. The guns fell silent after just 4 days, but the damage was done. Militarily, Egypt dominated. Libya lost aircraft, equipment, and prestige. Politically, both leaders claimed victory. But the war exposed the fragility of Arab unity. The four-day war foreshadowed Sadat's peace with Israel and Libya's growing isolation. It was a conflict born not of borders, but of ideology, pride, and clashing visions of the Arab future. What do you think? Was this war avoidable, or was it inevitable? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more powerful historical documentaries.